So this is a quick video on how to use the data context or the data composer actually to have a look at data before you go and generate it, right? So what you can do is, go and create your own template. So I've got a template in my pack contents. I've got a document. I could go and open up that document. And as we know, in that document, I can have, my picker, my values picked inside of that document, my tags, right? So there I've got these different tags that are selected in here. And sometimes you want to know maybe that tag's not bringing the right information, or you want to get an idea of what data that should be bringing if you selected the correct data. Now, one way you can do it is go inside of here and then continuously, go to the Shedu tag thing and try different tags, and then go back and regenerate a document every time, right? So, generate the document, go change your tags, generate the document. And I find that takes a little bit long. It's kind of cumbersome and you're kind of waiting. You got to generate the document, change tags, save, upload, it's a little bit of a long process, all right? So what you can do is you can see here, well, let me do a brand new one here. So I'm just going to go here and I'm going to go and create a prep document. So let's do that one called task matter report. So I'm going to open up this one. All right. Okay, now what you'll see is I've opened this one up now, all right? And you can see it's got a reference number inside here, all right? So that number over there, I can actually go and use to run data against it in the context of that document template that I want to run, all right? So let's go and do that. You'll notice that the two fields you haven't selected, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to copy that value, all right? Now I'm going to go back to my template, all right? I'm not going to go to worry about the document for now. I'm going to go to the tag browser. And over here, I can see my different tags. Now, one of the ones that we want to have a look at is when there's to value, which I haven't selected yet. So if I go into the document, that's a document recipient. I'm going to go and choose that. That's going to be an ODS entry. And I want to get maybe the name. I want to get the person. And maybe I want to get the person's last name and maybe their reference. All right. Okay, so I've chosen those fields, right? And we know at the moment they haven't even been selected. But let me show you what's going to happen here. So let's go to those fields. So you can see here now, don't hit this confirm button because that does nothing when we're doing this tag browser view. This is sort of used for when you're tagging documents somewhere else. But in the context of this, almost ignore that, right? What you want to do is go in here, select the fields that you want, right? And then go down to this little few selected fields. I'm actually going to select some other fields as well. I'm going to go back to the top level over here. I'm going to go to the context work item as well and just get the title of this one. So that should bring mega properties 102 Miller Street sort of thing over here. All right, so let's get the title. Let's go to view selected fields so I can see, yep, those are the fields I've selected. Go to debug. You get this screen. Now you can either put in the ID, if you know what the work type ID is, or you can do this lookup. Now, if you remember, we took this reference number here, right? So I'm going to copy that into my memory, and I'm going to drop that inside of here, paste. All right, now you see that Shedu has found it. That is the prep document one that we're currently doing. So I'm going to select on that one, and then hit the run query button. And what you'll see that does is that runs a query and it brings me back the data that found. And what you can see at the moment, it's only brought me back context type title. It hasn't brought me back the recipient. And I think we all know the reason for that is that I actually haven't selected a recipient. So you know that those fields will come back as nulls effectively. So let me go and choose a recipient here. We're going to go here and choose Igor. Now before I choose Igor, I'll just show you a few things here. So Igor has got a reference number over here against the matter, ref L1, all right? He's the expert and the system administrator, the creator and the matter owner on this particular matter, all right? And if I go and look at Igor's personal details, you'll see Igor's on Igor itself and the personal details. I've also got a reference here, which is the reference against my personal details. Where is it now? Here we go. Igor profile reference over there. All right, okay. So there's a couple of references. A reference against this matter that I've added, as well as a reference, my actual personal reference. And just notice there's different types of references here. Okay, so let's go and choose Eagle here. Right, now I'm going to save this, right? So that data is saved against this value. So now if I go back here and just click run query again, now you'll notice it's brought back a lot more information. Okay, so we can see here it's brought back Eagle, my last name, and my ODS person reference over there that's brought back. All right, so this is quite cool. Now I can run this without having to reload the document and do things like that. So I can go back into this work item. I can maybe get the work items reference, refresh those fields, run the query, and I can see, oh, well, that's actually null. Let's go and maybe get some participant details. So participant roles. Let's go and get the matter owner. Let's get, the matter owner, we can go find out what participant type that is. So let's go get the name of the participant type, refresh and run that again. And I can see that is in a person because we know it's Igor, that's the actual matter owner. So if I go back to the ODS entry, right, I can now inside of here go and get the user, and I can go and get that user's reference. So if we refresh and run that again, there we can see we've got that twice now, right? Because we got, first where we got it by the document recipient's ODS person, now we got it by the matter owner's reference, and we can see those are both the same over there, right? Let's go back into the matter owner. Now the matter owner has also got the participant reference, so let's choose that one in there and run this query again, and then we can see that's that ref L1, which we saw a little bit earlier. When I edited this, that's at ref L1, which if I go and change that now to 2 and save that, or to 12, right? We go back here and we just run this query again. There we can see that's changed to 12. So this is quite a nice way of very quickly, you know, being able to go inside of here, you know, and look at different fields, you know. So again, you know, I could even go in here and look at, you know, all sorts of different information, right? So maybe I also want to know what phase this matter's in. So just go get the name, refresh fields, run query, and then I can see it's in draft to negotiate. And that's, you know, a quick way of seeing what data is associated in the context of a particular, not just the matter, right? I'm doing this in the context of an actual job of this prepare document stage over here. So it's much more relevant to when I am thinking about the tags that I do in the context of this template, right, against you know, this task report one over here. All right, so I hope that helps with you know, using the, you know, the sort of tag browser, a little bit more powerful than just seeing the tags, but actually going and seeing what data would actually come back when I run it in the context of a prepared document with these values. So it's always quite good to go and create like a sample one. Okay, as if I was going to go and run this with these values, let me go now and see what the data comes back at. So, you know, I know what to expect when I'm, you know, tagging up my document in a much quicker way than clicking refresh all the time. Document refreshing. Sorry, document rebuilding. Anyway, you know what I mean. All right, hope that helps. Thanks. Bye.